Do you live in Slough, mate, do you? No? Okay. Come friendly bombs and fall on Slough. It isn't fit for humans now. There isn't grass to graze a cow. Swarm over. Death. That is probably the most famous and controversial poem written, anecdote about this town in Berkshire. Berkshire. Never know how to say that. Welcome to Slough, folks. John Betjemen's poem certainly paints a pretty grim picture of this town that has, to say the least, a reputation of being a very depressing, grim place with a lot of brutalist architecture. Let's see what it's really like. Is it indeed the most depressing town in Britain, or does it have some stuff going for it? Let's meet the locals and let's see what life is like in Slough in 2024. Let's go.
Whoa!
Oh, you're right.
Dame Watchman. Hey, you know me, yeah.
What do you think about Slough, mate?
Slough is a fucking lovely town, I love it.
You love it?
Love the police. Safe house.
Take it easy.
Tomorrow may be too late. He loves you. He's calling you today. Only if you could love to give your life to Jesus.
Sometimes I think I'm harsh on places when I turn up with an idea in mind that it's going to be a depressing place, but the first 10 minutes of my time in Slough are living up to all the bad rep. Look at the state of all this littered crap, probably from homeless people, and these disused elevators. Certainly Slough has a reputation of being a brutalist, depressing place. Maybe the finest example of a depressing, brutalist monstrosity in modern Britain. Let's explore. Let me read to you a few of the comments that I found online about Slough, and I'll put them on screen as I read them out. Slough has been named one of the worst places to live in the whole country, being deemed a brutalist concrete jungle. If the earth ever requires an enema, Slough will undoubtedly be where the lube will be inserted. Wow. And regarding the poem that I mentioned at the start of the video, John Betjemen had the right idea, but not even in his wildest nightmare could he envisage what would become. Folks, looks like we're in for a treat as we explore Slough today. Let's go. So what's life like in Slough in 2024?
Shit.
Why do you say that?
Hey, it's just a dump. Slough's a dump now.
Yeah. And how long has it been going downhill?
Sure. It's like a couple of years ago, really.
A couple of years ago, yeah. Like COVID or before that?
Yeah, just when COVID started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the problems in town for you?
There's nothing in no more.
Shops, jobs?
Shops, it's all gone.
Yeah. Is it a dangerous place? Like, it feels a bit edgy walking around.
Yeah, it can be quite dangerous, yeah.
When did it start going downhill? Because you've got fond memories.
About 10, 15 years ago.
I couldn't put a year on it, but
Roughly, yeah.
But it's been a couple of decades.
I mean,
It's been declining. Do you know what I mean?
You can't walk up the high street without get a bag, mate, get two bob, lend us a pound, give us this, give us that.
Yeah.
And the young kids sitting in doorways, get yourself a job.
Yeah. I must admit that, like, I've just come off a train from London, and there's quite an edge walking down the street. Like, you know, people that I'm talking to, like, I can feel an edge on the streets.
There is an attitude problem in Slough. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately.
They put you, and the next day they're on your case straight away.
So do you think that, like, some of these people, they aren't genuine beggars, like some kind of organised panhandling as well? Like, that is a problem in places.
Yeah, of course. There's always the needy and the not so needy. You know what I mean? But they look needy. You know this.
Yeah.
But that's everything in this place these days.
Yeah, he said, couldn't lend me a couple of quid. I went, no, I couldn't, mate. Oh, why not?
Why not?
I said, because I'm on old age pension, I'll drop the walkway. You're a young man, get yourself a job.
Yeah, if your pension's important to you, yeah?
Oh, you miserable.
Really?
Yeah. And that's what you get.
Just for the pleasure of you walking down the street trying to mind your own business?
Yeah, just going shopping.
Yeah.
Not to walk up thingy, so I ain't got to walk up the high street.
Does it, obviously, like, you're out and about in the day, and it's edgy, but it doesn't feel dangerous in the day. But how about at night? Do you venture out at night?
Don't go out.
No. Yourself as well?
No. I used to go out every night. I'm too old. Plus my age.
I try not to. Do you know what I mean? I try and get everything done and dusty and then get back before it gets too dark, because it's just not worth it. It's just, I mean, there's just an attitude around, and you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Nothing,
just too much grief.
No, it's you just walk down the street, you don't need it, don't want it.
Don't go to the cash machine.
Yeah, why? Because they're watching you at the cash machine.
Oh, you know, yeah, he's just told me the answer.
Yeah.
Watching you at the cash machine, you walk down the road, dink, thank you.
Really? I've just had that horrible sinking feeling that we all get from time to time, where we can't find our wallet. It's not in my bum bag here, not in my pocket. I don't know if it's been lifted on the rough Slough High Street or if I've left it somewhere. But thankfully, in that wallet, I got the new Extra Finder card. So I've gone onto the Find Me, Find My app on my phone here, and I found that even though I'm in Slough, my wallet is in West London. I've left it at the hotel. If I didn't have the Extra Finder card in it, then I wouldn't have known that. So let's get back to the hotel in Hammersmith. I'll find the wallet. I'll tell you a bit more about this amazing new product from Extra, the new Finder card. The Finder card is a trackable, ultra slim wonder that slides easily into your wallet. There she is. You can see the location of your wallet and you can even ring it to locate it, which is rather useful in this situation. It has a rechargeable battery. The battery lasts for ages and it's water resistant and durable. Extra makes some banging products, including wallets and bags. I've been keeping my Finder card in my bougie leather Parliament wallet, but it fits great in the aluminium card holder too. The wallets are RFID protected, which prevents wireless theft. They've got a pop-up mechanism and they're ultra slim too. Amazing products, super stylish, super useful. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and use code Wendell to unlock an extra 5% discount on top of any web sales. Now, let's get back to Slough. This is a rough town, folks. I expected a sort of like grim, brutalist, you know, depressing place, but I didn't expect it to feel as rough walking the streets in the middle of the day on a Tuesday afternoon. Probably one of the most intimidating and edgy town centres, high streets that I've encountered yet in the UK. Let's keep exploring. What's Slough like these days, 2024?
It's a bit dismal. There's a lot of homeless. If you come down around about 9 o'clock in the evening, there's a half-a-mile queue.
Really?
For people for food.
Yeah.
It's very sad because you're kind of seeing this everywhere now. But Slough, especially the town centre itself, has become, definitely, it's become hard.
Yeah.
People are suffering.
Yeah, I've walked around and I've found that there's quite a depressed, negative vibe in the town. It's got an edge as well.
Yes.
Do you think that's a fair assumption from my day here?
100%.
Yeah.
You want to come out here on a night out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a occupational hazard that you'll come for a drink and by the end of it you'll end up with a skull or something. So
really?
It's a tough place all round. I mean, and what I've noticed about it is people are too much into themselves. They got within me personally, I think COVID did a lot of it. Yeah,
that's a fair point. Yeah. I go around and I speak to a lot of people and they say over the last 5 years or so it's gone downhill. Yeah, and that's around the time that COVID hit us.
Yeah, I came to Slough literally as COVID hit. So I'd worked for a construction company down the bottom, and everybody came down with it, and it was bad, you know. And then it hit with all the lockdowns and everything. Me personally, as a human being, regardless of where you're standing, if there is one person on the planet today who can look at you in the eyes and say, I haven't got a mental health issue after COVID, they're lying.
Incredibly damaging to social cohesion, mental health, just personal situations. It's not natural that we're all locked up, that businesses were closed. It just hasn't recovered.
No, and it is actually declining week by week.
Yeah.
Every shop. You might have the odd seasonal shop that will appear now, but these town centres literally, I personally think, will be flats in the end.
Yeah, it's almost like the model of having a town centre for our community to gather in and go their day-to-day business. It's almost like we're moving beyond that model.
Exact,
Yeah, I can't put the words together succinctly enough, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. People are finding it harder to actually find places to actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Interact. It's a beautiful day, but even with that beauty, you walk through there, you can still feel it.
Yeah.
I do genuinely feel for them.
Yeah, it's a heavy place. Yeah.
It's a heavy place, and I've been there myself. I've suffered. I've suffered, and it's only in the past, say, 5 months that I'm not actually recuperating there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, I give respect to every single one of these people. Yeah. They're still fighting.
We're all fighting the same fight, mate. Yeah. Regardless of what we believe in.
Yeah, might be on something. Who cares? You know, let them do what they do.
Yeah.
They need, you know...
We all trip up as well.
I look at it like this, yeah, right? Somebody in the house who's never experienced one night on the street, yeah? You do a week, you tell me you don't need a drink.
Totally, mate. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. How do you sleep at night?
How do you sleep?
Without having a swift drink?
Also, how do you sleep at night? Also knowing that basically people are going to walk past very drunk out their heads, yeah? And, you know, might just abuse you.
Constantly under the threat of abuse.
Constant under threat, you know, and I don't feel that this should be the case in any town, wherever you are in this country. This country says basically, yeah, we have a right to be homed, we have a right for this, we have a right for that. But then you look around, it's like, for me, you know what, I don't even have normal telly anymore, I just have Netflix or Prime. Do you know why? People ask me why. I said, because I'm fed up of them manipulating your mind into what you think it should be.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that now. A lot of people are like it. They don't trust.
I don't trust the government whatsoever.
Mediums they used to trust.
I look at a government like how can you say, like an old Christianity cult. I live in the moment now. I've done 46 years on this planet, yeah, right, and it's been tough, yeah. The next 46, if it's there, I just want to be free.
I was just speaking to the chap outside, and he said this is a really good cafe. What's the name of the cafe?
Antonio.
Antonio's. Okay. And what's life like in Slough these days in 2024?
Not too bad, but not as good as it was, I would say, 10 years ago.
So it started going downhill 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
All the big shops they gone out of Slough.
Yeah.
Marks & Spencer, British Home Store, Little Woods. Everyone is gone out.
And is that stopping? Is that meaning that you get less people coming to the cafe? Like you're getting less?
No, I
footfall?
lost some of that because the customers come to the shops, they use the cafe.
Okay, yeah.
Now what they got in the Slough, they got nothing to come for.
Yeah, so it's taking footfall out of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you had the cafe here?
About 40 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So I know the in and out of Slough is at the present is not for the best.
Okay.
They killed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think can be? What would you like to be done to improve Slough if it's gone downhill in the last 10 years?
Well, to improve Slough now is bring some of the shops in.
Yeah.
So
Bring the shops
people,
back into the empty units.
I mean, right now the people that got to come to Slough are for a pizza, burger, chicken and chips.
Yeah.
Even £1 shop.
£1 shops, vape shops, betting shops, and fast food. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to go down, it's been easy, but to bring it up is going to be hard.
Yeah, it's wise words. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's Antonio's Cafe. Been here for 40 years with a lovely owner. Come in and check out the wonderful traditional cafe. There's not much of this left in Slough. I'm going to pop a QR code just here on screen now, folks. If you haven't already and you enjoy the videos, please subscribe to the channel. And the QR code's useful because if you watch on TV, many of my viewers do, and you're not signed into your account, then if you hover over the QR code with your mobile device, with the camera on your mobile, then the link that comes up will take you directly to my channel where you can subscribe. Guys, Slough is a bloody rough town. Everywhere there's people drinking on the streets, not very welcoming. The few people I've got on camera, obviously they're the most welcoming people, but it certainly is a town that's surprised me in how rough it is. Jeez.
So we're here to preach Christ and Him crucified, that when people may come, that is a hope for people, that they don't have to go on drugs and feel about suicide and feel maybe vulnerable and feel maybe hopeless.
I understand the message,
hopeless because everything is like, when you come out you see hopelessness, yeah? People just won't drink around without any purpose, you know.
I understand the message. I've got an interesting question for you.
Yeah.
So, do you think that the decline of society in some way comes along with the lack of, or the what would the word be? The declining faith in society.
Oh yeah. I think the Britain becoming secular country. That's why you see what is happening in this country. Yeah? That because when you abandon God and you kick him out from the government places, from the offices, from the public schools. There was a Sunday prayer or day of prayer every morning.
Bringing the community together as well.
Yeah. So there was a purpose. But when you say no to God, God is giving this country over, to the desire of the people, and that's why you have the wickedness, everywhere. You see the society collapsing around you.
Yeah.
And that is because I believe that is a direct consequences of no, we don't want God. Yeah. You see societies collapsing around you, man.
So Slough has a population of roughly 150,000 people, and in part that's due to the fact that it's a really useful commuter town to get into London. I got the train in about 20 minutes from Paddington, and house prices are about 40% lower than they are in the City of London. So you can see why people would want to move to Slough. But the town centre is not a positive place. I'm going to have a little wander out now and check out some of the history of Slough, one of the most historic buildings, which is a short walk from the town centre. It's a strange old place, Old Slough. On one hand, you can see a lot of developments. You can see all these shiny, glistening buildings that welcome you when you come from the train station. Beautiful old church there. But then you walk down the high street and it's a pretty worrying, edgy and aggressive environment, and not a lot of happiness amongst the population that I've met. Is this a worrying sign of the future of Britain, folks? Is this what's coming to a town near you? Or has it already arrived? Is this weird mix of cutting edge architecture, modernity, and then social decay? Is that the future of Great Britain? Let me know in the comments, folks. I'm sure that most of my British viewers will be very familiar with the famous Horlicks product, which is a legacy that Slough has left to the world. A very famous and enjoyable malted milk powder drink that for generations British people have been enjoying. Built in 1908, the Horlicks factory was a main employer in the town of Slough until 2018 when it closed. Now the Horlicks factory has been redeveloped into apartments and leisure facilities, a multi-use living complex. So this is something that potentially is going to make Slough move in the right direction. So let's go inside and see what it looks like in the development. What's it like, the new development? Is it good?
Very good.
You enjoy it?
The complex is very good.
Yeah.
Very worthwhile.
Sure, yeah. How long have you lived here?
18 months.
18 months, yeah.
Yeah.
And how about, like, is this all on schedule?
All this is on schedule. I think this comes finish mid-late summer.
There you can see a newly moved in, well, at least 18 months ago, local resident here at the Horlicks factory and, well, the new accommodation development here, and he's loving life. So that's a different side to Slough. The town centre is in much decay, very depressing. But then here, this is far from depressing. This is quite a grand development that seems to be coming together quite on plan, quite nicely. Really impressive, and I can understand why people would want to move into those apartments.
So, like, I'm originally from Turkey.
Okay,
so it's
yeah.
It's going to be a buy-to-let property.
So but you've invested from Turkey into the development
That's
here.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to see it. Like, I don't really have a lot of information yet.
Yeah.
Just been introduced to a property today. I got my keys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be meeting an estate agent today.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
It seems a very positive thing for the town now.
Well, hopefully. That's why I would like to believe in.
Transport links to London, 20 minutes to Paddington.
It isn't, especially from Heathrow Airport. You just get one bus that takes you here about half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very easy, and it's only costs £2.
What I can say about the contrast between the new development at the Horlicks factory there and then the demise that we've seen in the town centre is this is something that, to me, seems quite recurring in modern society, particularly here in Britain. I can see that the divide between the wealthy and the have-nots is growing, the gap is widening, and consequently you have, you know, expensive flash developments, residential complexes like the redeveloped Horlicks factory there. But then in the town centre, where the people who can't afford to live and buy this property and rent this property, the people that have less are struggling more and more in British society. The gap is widening, and it seems that the middle between the two, the haves and the have-nots, is disappearing.
This place has gone downhill.
Gone downhill. What are the problems?
All the shops being closed down. The shopping centre, which is that one, hardly any shops in there now.
Yeah, it's about half empty. I'd say more than half empty, yeah.
Like, there's only about, what, 3 shops in there now?
Yeah.
It used to be nice.
What is a Wolves fan doing in Slough? You from Wolverhampton?
No, I'm from Afghanistan.
You're from Afghanistan?
Yeah.
So I've found a Wolves fan from Afghanistan in Slough. Best player at the moment is João Gomez or Pedro Neto. As I make these videos going around Britain, folks, I come across all sorts of micro communities within the larger communities from all corners of the world. People from Afghanistan I've met today, from Turkey, from Poland, from Syria. And in the comments, this is a very divisive topic, and I often see coming up in the comments the same recurring statement, and that is, if you invite the third world to your country, then you become the third world. And folks, I want you to explain to me in the comments of this video, what do you mean by that statement? What do you think is happening to this country that makes you make that statement? This town centre in Slough is a rough old place, folks. Even off the high street, even the shopping centre, I think it's called the Observatory or something like that. Queensbridge Observatory, something like that. Half the shops are closed up, and those that are open are mostly discount places. It's a pretty grim, depressing town, folks. What happened to is that the bus station, is it, my friend?
Yeah.
What happened?
Arson.
Really?
I think it was arson, and then there's a couple of electric buses beneath it,
Yeah.
which made it worse.
But they haven't rebuilt it in the last 2 years, no?
This is a thing.
Yeah.
I think they've run out of money, or there must be something going on.
Yeah. I read that the council might have had like bankruptcy problems as well and stuff. This has happened to a few local authorities in the country. Welcome to Slough. So there you have it, folks. Slough, is it the most depressing place in Britain? Well, all I'll say is that for all the modern infrastructure that's popping up all around the town, it can't hide the fact that there are serious issues with the community cohesion in the town centre. Pretty miserable and edgy place, and a pretty sad high street and town centre. Definitely, if not the most, then one of the most depressing places I've visited on my grand tour of the UK yet. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next one.